So today I finally saw Black Panther. It was pretty much sold out everywhere in Atlanta for days. So I thought I could, if I got in Sunday morning, I could get in there. It was still really full, which is great. And then was like the whole theater was just packed when the screening got out. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed this film from start to finish. I thought Ryan Coogler did an amazing job, which, like, I've now, I've seen all his movies, and he does not disappoint. He's just one of those directors. So far, he is 3 for 3. Just give him all the money. The cast was so stunning. If you don't already know who's all in the cast, it's Chadwick Boseman, who has been primed to break out for years. I have not seen the 2 big movies he did for Warner Brothers because I kept missing them, but he was in 42, which was a Jackie Robinson biopic, and he was in Get On Up, which was, oh my God, who was the biopic of Get On Up about? Hold on, James Brown. And they kept pushing him for Best Actor, and he kept not getting nominated, and just kept kind of falling flat. And then he got cast as Black Panther, and I was like, he's given up on trying to get the Oscar. It's fine. He'll get himself an Oscar nomination for something soon. Speaking of which, same for Michael B. Jordan, who is continually gives just knockout performances, and I love to see him just continually making movies with Ryan Coogler over and over again. I think they're a great couple. Speaking of Oscar winners, we got Lupita Nyong'o and Forest Whitaker, as well as nominee Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett is always good. She is always good. And then filling out the cast, you have Danai Gurira, I'm going to say her name wrong, Gurira from The Walking Dead, Martin Freeman, Daniel Kaluuya, I had practiced this, Daniel Kaluuya, who obviously is up for Best Actor for Get Out. And honestly, as much as I love Denzel, I'm sort of the nominees that I've seen, I think I've seen 4 out of the 5 nominees, I'm voting for him. Like, I can't vote, I'm not a member of the Academy, but if I were, I'd vote for him. As well as breakouts Letitia Wright and Winston Duke. And of course, Andy Serkis, who, there's always a Marvel character who's just very cartoonish, but not in a bad way. I mean that as a compliment. And Andy Serkis is that character in this film, and he's great. What else is there to say? I don't want to spoil any of it. Like, if you haven't seen this movie already, go see it. There's so many awe-inspiring moments, so many pieces of action that are so beautifully choreographed. There were several moments where I was like, how did they do that? There are 2 post-credit sequences. One that offers sort of the thematic, if you haven't gotten the theme already, the thematic, like, pull of the film is in the first credit scene, and the last post-credit scene ties it into all the other Avengers films that I haven't seen. So I was like, well, I know that's Bucky Barnes. I just spoiled it, sorry. That's Bucky Barnes, but I don't know what this means because I haven't seen the other movies that he's in. So I'm behind. I think I'm like 1 Avenger movies behind and 1 Captain America movie behind. So I'll put slight spoilers in the thing here because I just didn't mean to spoil that and then I said it. So oops. There's a great thread on Twitter right now showcasing all of the African cultures that are referenced in this film, and it's beautiful. And there were 2 women who worked on this. They were where is it? I had this and then it was gone. It was Ruth something or other. Why do I always have things open and then they close? There it is. Ruth Carter, who did the costumes, and Hannah Bleacher, who did the production design. There's this great thread on Twitter explaining all the different cultures and the way that they're intertwined into the making of Wakanda. It's great. But also because you have Michael B. Jordan's character having born and raised in Oakland, the home of the Black Panther Party, you get a lot of that history sort of thrown in there as well in that culture. And it's an interesting mixture of sort of African and African-American viewpoints and cultural points. And there's just, I feel like this film is so ripe to be turned into a great syllabus of learning. and I need to track down like so many books. There's one more thing I wanted to say. Oh yes, there's one costume in particular that I really, really loved, which is on Isaac Debencole. Just fucking up names today. Isaac Debencole, who is in several Jim Jarmusch films, most notably the one where he has no name. Limits of Control. He's really great in Limits of Control. He wears so many great costumes, and there's one particular like emerald green, blue, whatever you want to call it, suit that just completely just blew my breath away, took my breath away. There's so many wonderful, amazing women in this film. There's so many layers. And honestly, the only complaints I really have about it is the things that have to happen because it's a Marvel film. So you couldn't get the film without it being a Marvel film, so I'm going to take what I can get. I'm still shocked that how much subversion of like Western and specifically American governmental practices in this film. Like I was like, oh, they said that. It's great. So I have like so many books I want to track down. This is such a rich movie. I can't believe Ryan Coogler was able to put in as much thought into this film. What is my cat doing? As he was, considering Disney had to like okay it. I'm shocked, but grateful. And I'm gonna move this cat's tail out of the way. Go see it immediately. It is fantastic. I probably need to see it again. There's just so much in there. And on top of like the African cultural touch points and the African American like Black Panther Party cultural touch points, there was also all this Afrofuturism that is like such a rich culture in and of itself. Like there's just so much in this movie. It's brilliant. And to realize that it was like this huge budget superhero movie and it manages to transcend so much and to be so intelligent is just wonderful, and makes me hopeful that more and more of these sort of superhero type movies will follow in the steps of both Wonder Woman and Black Panther and be intelligent, well-made, culturally aware films. So this is Ryan Coogler's Black Panther. You've probably already seen it. If you haven't, go see it. If you have, let's talk about it on Twitter. I have so many thoughts, and have a good weekend.